Hey guys, welcome back to another art rant of mine. But basically today I'm going to be discussing why I'm not a feminist, how I have never been a feminist, and how I will never be a feminist. And there's one word for that. Men. Now, you may be thinking, I love Guns N' Roses. What do men have to do with feminism? And I'm talking about trans-exclusionary radical feminism, or feminism or radical feminism in general. Obviously, some feminism, such as the suffragettes, needed to be there because otherwise women wouldn't have had the right to vote. They wouldn't have had a right to a lot of things. They probably would be still subservient to the man. But, when you take that into consideration, that was in the 1800s and 1900s. It is now the 2000s. 2020s. We do not need that. Because women are not inherently oppressed. Obviously there will be some jerkheads who will catcall women on the street just because it's something fun to do. There'll always be people like that. But what I'm talking about is the feminists who, or even just the women in general, who, shit on men for, no good reason. They've never been catcalled. The wage gap isn't real. And the only reason the idea of a wage gap exists is because even at age 14, I know, on average, men are more likely to do the jobs where they risk their lives, where they have to deal with heavy machinery, more dangerous, more hands-on jobs. And they also tend to work for more money per hour. Whereas women, they tend to go into college and they're like, okay, this is college, it's time to get a degree in dance therapy, instead of just thinking it out like I think most men do. And they're like, okay, what can I do that'll get me the most amount of money, that way I can provide for myself, provide for a future family. Instead, where women are more like, okay, what seems the most fun to do? And the problem with that is, you guys are blaming the men for making more than you, but you should be blaming yourselves. Because what's really going on here is your majors aren't things that can make you a ton of money. Your majors are things that you think are fun or enjoyable. Or things that, all my friends will want to do this job just because they're hot men who work at this job. Of course, not all women are like that. Like me, myself, I want to be a doctor. I know that pays more money on average than working at McDonald's per se, and I know that's a huge comparison. How can you compare working at McDonald's to being one of those people on the front line ready to save lives? And well, that may be a stupid comparison. At least it's valid, because my dream is to go to college and get a job that I know will pay me well. And that I know will make a difference. And it's not to complain about men every single day because they make more money on average than women. No, it's because you women, you feminists, were too lazy to get off your behind and pick a major that would make you money. More men go to trade school on average than women. More men are construction workers. More men are police officers. Yeah, I want you to sit back and think about that. Okay, now that I've given you a second for it to soak in, you send your white knights off to me saying, well, they didn't choose the good majors because of this reason, or that reason, or they didn't go to college. Well, guess what? Still could have gone to trade school. Still could have looked for a job that takes in, no degree required. Like, I know Tesla, or any of the companies that Elon Musk runs, are no degree required jobs because, in his mind, degrees are, a waste of time? Is that what the article said? You didn't take your time to look into these jobs. You didn't take your time to look into jobs that could have made you more money. Instead, you sat on your ass and complained about men. Obviously, some feminists are good feminists. Like, feminists who are, trans women are advocating for trans people's rights. Trans women's rights. Advocating for the cost of, the surgeries that trans people need to get to be cheaper. Advocating for that stuff is fine, but when you're advocating for stuff that doesn't exist, such as the wage gap, all you're doing is sitting on your ass and wasting your time, love. And honestly, nobody likes a time waster. So get up and do something else with your life. Because chances are, if you post this shit on your social media, same as the people who say 1312, all cops are bastards. I don't know if y'all know this, but when I was in 8th grade, so not that long ago, might have even been 7th grade, we had this man come in. I think he was a social media manager or whatever that job is called. We had him come in, and he talked to us about how nowadays it is commonplace in the recruiting process for jobs to be looking at your social media accounts to decide, hey, this person's good for a job, or no, this person will give us a bad rap if people know they work for us. When this guy came in and told me that, I was like, okay, so I know that if I ever wrote anything in, if I was angry and I accidentally typed something, say, I accidentally typed that, oh, so-and-so company can go suck an egg because they didn't put this in their product. If I were to say that, and I wanted a job at so-and-so company at some point, that company won't hire me because of the stuff I've said about them. A lot of companies, you radical feminists, a lot of companies will look at your social media and be like, okay, this person cannot work here. They say this about men. A lot of their colleagues are going to be men. So therefore, it's not a good idea to hire this person. That's inevitably what's going to happen to you guys. So, young radical feminists, I'm just warning you that your life is going to be an utter hell once you get to the point where you can start working. Especially if you're posting this crap on social media. Also, another place that does this. College. People who recruit for colleges also do this. So, next time you want to be like, ew, men are bad. Keep in mind that you shouldn't be saying stuff you wouldn't put on your resume. You shouldn't be saying stuff you wouldn't put on something that would get you into a place. You shouldn't be saying stuff you wouldn't put on any legal document. Because what these recruiters look for is people that will do them good. Not people like you who will do them harm. So next time you want to complain about men, sit your butt down and think about that. Okay, now for the reasons I will personally never be a feminist. And one of those huge reasons is because a lot of the men in my life are honestly more attentive to me than I think a lot of the women in my life are. Like, on my mom's side of the family, the men on that side of the family know how to spell my name, and they actually remember my name, versus when I go to, like, picnics on my mom's side, and we talk to my great aunts, and they're like, oh, what's your name again? For the millionth time. Yeah. If you hear noise in the background, excuse that. That's just my cousin. He has, like, ADHD or some shit. So, excuse the annoying noises. I cannot control those. Sometimes I wish I could. Trust me, I have to deal with it every day of my life. But to those of you who are just listening because you're also an anti-feminist, thank you for taking the time to listen to my 2 cents. Taking the time to listen to me, even though these are the same points you've probably heard brought up time and time again. Minus the social media thing, because I don't think that they do that in a lot of places. It might just be the US that will look through your social media to see if you're a good candidate to hire. It might just be the US. But I'm not sure on that, so if any of you guys live out of the US, you'll have to correct me on that if I'm wrong. But yeah, thanks for taking the time to listen to me, and to listen to these points you probably heard brought up a quadrillion times, and to listen to my input, because you may not think this, but that really means a lot to me. And what I mean by that is, I have a mom who's a feminist. I have a mom who's a Democrat. I am neither of those things. And honestly, this is my only outlet. Like, I could never talk to her about why feminism is stupid, because she'd probably disown me then and there. So thanks for listening to me, and yeah. Also, if you have a question about who I'm drawing or the art, that's Ponyboy Curtis, if you can't tell. He's actually one of my favorite fictional characters out there. I don't know why I decided to bring this topic up during him, but well, all's well that ends well, or whatever. However you say it. I think I'm just going to do the background now. That way you guys can see. I've been doing my backgrounds. Honestly, I might just import that stay gold background, but I'll show you how I do it. Take your most saturated color, your two most saturated colors, watercolor, and bam. Bam. Tone down the saturation a little bit. Find a middle tone, so like an orange or red or something. Down the center. Smudge down. Blur. Smudge in a Z shape. Add a layer on top. Actually, we probably need to tone that down anyway. And like goldish lettering. Stay gold. Okay, we're going to actually merge that down. Set this layer to multiple. If you guys can hear me talking about what I'm doing to my art, it's not because I'm trying to tell you. It's because my brain needs to dictate what I'm doing before I'm doing it. And I honestly couldn't tell you why, but it just does that, so. Guess all's well that ends well. Okay. Delete that because we take it, so multiply layer, clip it. Take this color. How the heck did that end? Oh wait, that's a stay gold behind it. I'm dumb. Yeah, so if the recording cuts out in 2 minutes, that's because my phone does it at 20 minutes, I think. If that happens, bye. If not, enjoy me drawing and talking out loud to myself, because that's what I need to do to concentrate. Okay. Oh, I'm on my eraser. That explains it. So, as you guys can see right now, I'm just shading. And I just realized that I forgot to shade in that area. So that's fun. I'll get to it though. See, you guys may not like doing this, but this is actually how I do my art. Is I just take everything in a selection tool on the selection layer, something I found only Ibis Paint has after trying many different apps, and I select what area I'm going to color in before I color it, because I just find it easier to do it that way. And I also use the color picker, which most of you elitists will be like, that's not really art then, because you can't remember the color. Like, yeah, I can remember the color, I'm just way too lazy to do it. Like, I won't lie, I am lazy. I'm surprised my phone didn't cut out after 20 minutes. So that was a false goodbye. Sorry about that. I'm trying to color the shirt. I'm trying to get that area. Did I even set this layer to screen yet? No, I did not. Why do I set my highlight layer to screen? Because I can do this. And it'll change the color without me having to change the physical color, because I just like doing it that way. Put the highlight right there on the bottom of his shirt, make it look like there's kind of a different pattern there. And I'm going to do the highlights in his hair, which, honestly, I don't know what part I'm going to highlight. Oh, wait, the two parts that hang in front of his face. So, I have this thought that Tommy Howell would hate me for. And that is, you know how when Tommy was younger, he was in The Outsiders and played Ponyboy Curtis, obviously, who I'm drawing. Well, now he's in Man, and he has horses. He went from Ponyboy to Horseman. And honestly, he is like the most like ooh innocent old man ever. I know I sound weird by saying that, but like, here's what I'm talking. Oh wait, that's not the selection line. Here's what I'm talking about. If you look on his Instagram, he is currently with 2 of his horses. Maybe he has only 2 horses, I don't know. But their names are Soda and Johnny Cade. Now, you look me in the eyes and tell me that's not the most innocent thing you've ever heard. Because it is. Okay, you may be wondering why I'm doing this stuff right now, and that is because a lot of what I do when it comes to like coloring comes from different like tutorials I've seen like on Instagram. Like this eye tutorial, I don't remember if it was Instagram or DeviantArt that I saw it on. But it's basically take a darker color than the original color. You color that on top, and you take an even darker color, put it on the top. I also put it on the bottom. And yeah. Okay, this dots thing is something I do on my own. Oh wait, I forgot to do something on the multiply layer. The same thing I forget to do every damn time. That is the shadow under the chin, because you guys may not think it's important, but trust me, it is important. Like, you look at someone, you look at them straight on, you're not just gonna see chin and then neck. You're gonna see a shadow. That is pretty much all of it, except for the hair. Finished product will be up on my Instagram at Mackenzie Star Ackley. Star spelled with 2 R's. If you want to see, oh wait, that's my main. I'm going to plug my art account, because that's where I'll post this. Old time rock and roll. Old _ time rock and roll. The O is capitalized. And I think that's it. Like, that's all you guys are gonna know anyway. Because I used to be part of the role-playing community when it came to The Outsiders. Yes, I was that obsessed, but I turned it into a fan account. That way you can't judge me. Don't judge me. Okay, that little dot, like, it melted into oblivion. Okay, there we go. Another thing I'm going to do is that line art trick. Why do I keep doing that? Duplicate layer. Hide the black art, or hide this layer, because this needs to be alpha locked. Light purple. There we go. Color it light purple. Lower the opacity to, I always lower it to 35%. Unhide this layer, set it to overlay. And there we go. That's our finished product. Let me know what you guys think in the comments below. And also let me know your views on radical feminism and feminism as a whole, because it would be interesting to see different takes on the subject. Anyway, thanks so much for watching all of this 29-30 minute video. I love you guys. Bye.